Over the course of spring, what did you see out of David? I mean, is he fully back, healthy? Is he ready to go for this year?
David's 100%. My decision to keep him out.
Right.
Quite honestly, I didn't hit him once live. We got all our work during the week. His first live hit will be at Kinnick Stadium and for the rest of the season. It's not. That's not about. David's a good player. Ran for 1,300 yards. We need to get our offensive line ready to go, but I'm pleased with where we're at, and I'm excited to have David for next season.
Brion obviously has that big play potential. Are you looking at using him in a similar way as you did last year, or are you thinking about putting him more under center coming up this year?
I think that time will tell. I mean, I could make a decision if I played next week right now, but since I don't have to, one injury could make the decision for me right now. So we're going to get both these guys ready in equal opportunity. I think they both bring something to the table. We got to get Sawyer ready to run, and we got to get Brion to make better decisions while he's running.
For your receivers, Lintz had a pretty good day. He and Brion hooked up several times. You had, Chad Owens and Kevin Breen were out. Obviously, you're probably keeping them healthy too. What did you see out of your other receivers and some of them stepping up too?
I thought Lintz and Brown stood out. Didn't like the drop by Caldwell, but he's had a good spring. He dropped some critical balls, and we should have had that ball by Xavier in the back corner of this end zone. Receivers got to make those plays for you to win the tight games, and that's what young players got to learn, to make that play instead of just get close, make it.
With the way last year played out, were you happy with how the guys responded this spring?
I don't know. They better respond the same way every spring, no matter how we pan out in the season. I mean, this is a different group. It's got 18 seniors on it that know how to regroup, and it doesn't matter what we did last year or what we did tonight. It matters what we do tomorrow now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I had one other question, Coach. Have you decided on a team that's going to be for your open date in September at this point?
We're still working on it. It was, one team came to the surface, but there's a lot of stuff that still needs to fall in place. I'd say it's 50-50 whether we have a game or we leave that date open. So there's still work to be done and still calls to be made.
Could it be a possibility? It could be a Division II team or Division I team?
We're going after a Division I AA, and I wouldn't count on a Division I again. I mean, I'm open to anything. I want to play the best. I want to get this team ready for our season. Our season is our conference. Okay, thank you.
Coach, assess your defense's performance. They started off pretty high. The offense got rolling a little bit, and then they came on at the end there again with the 99-yard touchdown interception. Just kind of assess their play through the game.
I was watching more offense tonight. With the defense, they were a little neutral what they could do tonight, so I'll be able to see the players. There should have been a lot more action on defense than there was. Somebody couldn't have been getting off a block. Now, the guy that did make a play was on the intercept for a touchdown, and then what I'll look at is who got up and made the blocks while that play was going on. So that's the guy that'll start to separate himself, is who gives the extra effort.
I think.
What impressed you today? What were you excited to see for fall?
The tempo. I thought the tempo was great after we got going. We were slow and molasses in the first 3 series, and then after they got the tempo going, things picked up, and it was kind of fun to have the quarterbacks call the game to see what they like, and then you kind of saw what came together after they took control of the game.
Let the quarterbacks call their own plays?
In second half. Just want to see. It's the first time they've ever done it. Want to see what they would do. Want to see how their team responded. And it's a leadership lesson 101, and I think they passed it tonight.
Yeah, they spread it around a little bit.
Well, it's kind of cool to see what they've been taught, to see actually what they do. So it's kind of fun to see their coaches on the sideline, because they didn't know I was going to let them do it. The coaches are kind of wondering what the world they're going to call. And I thought both did a nice job in situational football and calling the game the way they did.
So overall, I mean, you only had the 1 turnover. I mean, a few penalties. I mean, was it pretty clean for the most part?
I thought it was really clean because I took out the seniors.
Yeah.
And then by the halfway through the second half, I had the starters out besides the quarterback. So the quarterback was working with no starters per se. So that's where you really find out how they manage the game, how they can run the game, and how the players respond to them. And that was encouraging.
And it didn't seem to matter. I mean, actually, the deeper you got into your bench, they were moving the ball better at the end of the game than they were early in the game.
That's what's actually what I noticed, was the players were responding to the players. It wasn't a coach's thing as much as they took control, and God, they'll just take charge of the team that way throughout the summer, and next season we'll be a good team because of it.
Were there individual people that showed up for you from what you can tell, with the naked eye?
Coming out of the block, I thought Javion did a nice job. A couple bursts through the hole. He hit the hole fast, Javion did. I thought Tyvis hit the hole hard. Some of the others danced a little bit, and we need to be going more downhill and direct. But overall, the other guys that stood out, I'd say Charles Brown and Isaac Lintz had a good night.
I know the career kid, number 96 on defense, had a couple sacks early, but I didn't know it.
Yeah, I didn't notice the defensive much, but my eyes weren't there tonight. Usually my eyes are on defense all the time. I was trying to see personnel, tempo, leadership, those things from the offense, and I think we attained that.